Hi folks, just planning to update you all on a year of Bullworker. Over a year since the lockdown in March 2019. Basically, this is my setup now in the garden. The cat. So I've got this pallet, so it keeps it off the ground if it's a bit damp. I've got my three Bullworkers, a chair, just trying to make things nice, you know. Got some foliage and stuff and roses when I watch the changing seasons. Got my cheat sheet pinned on the shed wall there because I can never remember. I don't know why. It's not humanly impossible, it's just me. And there you go. So I try and make the environment as nice as possible for myself. Obviously it's not always, the weather isn't always as nice as this. But I find that helps with a frame of mind. Takes an hour to maybe an hour and a quarter, depending, hour and a half, if I'm being really, I keep stopping and daydreaming, or if I notice something particularly interesting in the bushes, at the various changing colour of the leaves and stuff. I quite enjoy it. Might make it a nice experience, why not? Let me explain to you then what things have been like physically for me after a year of doing this. Basically, I'm very pleased with how it's gone. I think I'm kind of stabilised now. I'm not really expecting any changes, improvements. I'm just sort of maintaining. Things I've noticed, aches and pains have gone. As you remember, with these older Bullworkers, the dual range ones, I was doing some of these inner range exercises there, and weirdly enough, there. That's not too bad, but I think that was responsible for some thing here. I think what made it exacerbated that was on some of these, on the dual range ones, as I've told you before. Let me just hold it between my legs so I can, it's not how you do the exercise, but just so you can see. You'd have to grab the traction ropes, and to stop them slipping, I'd really be digging my fingernails in, and I think that digging in was causing a kind of, not carpal tunnel, repetitive strain injury type thing. So those aches and pains have gone, because luckily I had these two, and Chrisman Hughes, Bullworker, thank you, sent me this. So now, rather than using the inner range on the one I showed you before, I use this like that, which is much more natural with my hands that way than doing that twisting to the extreme with this wrist. So those aches and pains have gone. I still need to be a bit careful with any of the unnatural ones that I've said before in the video. So just crouch down here. This type of thing, I might get a little bit of a feeling there, and the one behind. So I don't do them, I use the weaker one, I don't do them much. But basically, the majority of the aches and pains I was getting around the back and so on, I think could have been COVID, I don't know. They had a flu-like thing going on with them as well in the early days, and tailed off over several months, and they didn't feel like this, because they weren't the muscles I was using, so I don't know what that was. Who knows? Anyway, benefits. Again, I've said many times, I think, particularly if you're older, is just take your time and notice. Watch out for this one. This one's good now, but I still have to be careful that when I go to do this, that I don't do that, hunch the shoulders up. So I always let everything sit properly, and then I can feel it works different muscles, it works a different place. Also with the big man bully, the red one, I have to watch out still that I don't do that with the shoulder, but rather let the shoulder really sit first and then apply it, and then I can feel, yeah, it's in the socket, in the pocket. The breathing, what I noticed, breathing, we'll come up to that in just a second. What I've noticed is this, all this area here just feels kind of solid. I've noticed this area here, which I've said before, being somehow beyond what I would expect. This is my suspicion. Why would that area be, there are not that many exercises for that area. Most of the Bullworker stuff is this. The leg ones do work as well, I can tell you. Just with the older Bullworker exercises in the booklet, which is on my website, or on, you'll find the video there, the original Bullworker. I went through just the daily training fitness exercises. This one, I think, again, why it's of more benefit around here than you might imagine, all this area, is because of the breathing. I don't know. Let's do an easy one. When I'm doing something like this, I do what they say. They say count. You can do it silently. I just exhale slowly. I try not to use this as a controller. I'll tell you why. It's because if you breathe in, and then you're slowly feeding the air out, but not controlling with any of this, it feels to me, I don't know physiologically, could be wrong, you've got lots of muscles going on. You've got the diaphragm resisting, holding back, and you've got all these abdominal muscles squeezing, so the breath is being carried, controlled by those muscles. So I think, even though you're working this, supposedly, these chest muscles with this one, you're also I can feel a lot going on around here because I'm controlling the breath, and then when I do that hold for 10 seconds ish, and then do the repetitions. So you're getting, sorry about that, it's having fun, the sun's out. So you're getting, can you see? I don't know if you can see because the sun's on the screen here. I don't know if I'm recording anything at all, but you're getting something like this. So I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can. That's a lot of muscular work going on, which is, if you like, secondary, though obviously very important too, because you need to breathe to live, but secondary really to the main exercise. So that's going on for everyone. How many of them are there? I don't know. I'm guessing 20 to 30 exercises I go through, and each one of them has got this going on. Whether it's this, whether it's the legs, whether it's that, whether it's this, each one of them has got this going on. So I'm thinking that's why, yes, we've got some stuff going on there, and why a little bit of weight loss, perhaps. In other words, quite a lot of work in each exercise program. Gone back to swimming, pool's open again, which is great. Not doing as much as I might like, but it's enough, I think. So I do, if I can, 2 of these, nearly always outside, because with all that breathing, I think that breathing in fresh air, come on, it's got to be a good thing. It's got to be a good thing, even in these virus-ridden times. You've got to, if this thing is fit, it gives you the best chance, doesn't it, of fighting off anything if it comes. I just think it's good. It just feels good. So if I can, all the way through the winter, if I can't do it here, it's pouring with rain, I've got a little shelf porch type thing out the front, just put on my hot woolly hat, this, that, or out here if it's dry with a pallet, just because the ground's usually damp, and just breathe in the cold air and do it, but keep myself warm, scarf, hat, gloves, the lot. That's good. Swimming's good. Everything's good. So after a year, no gym, I think the Bullwork, for me, I think the Bullwork is better. And particularly if I make the environment nice, breathing the fresh air rather than the recycled air that was in the gym. Every now and then just looking at, I have my fruit, a few oranges, water up on the shed roof there. Looking at the flowers, the roses, the changing seasons. All of it's just very, very, it's just very good, it seems to me. So there you are, I can give you a good report. A year later, hope you're keeping well, hope you keep at it, make it sustainable, make it enjoyable. I don't even know if I'm in the frame. But anyway, nice to see you.